Hey everybody, if you're like me, trying to figure out some ways to share content and create content with our students. I'm a teacher, art teacher at North Marion Middle School in Marion County, Florida. So this is going to be good for other Marion County teachers, I hope, and just teachers all around. Might offer some good insight on what tools to use and how to share and create content for our students. So first and foremost, one of the things that I like to use is this web browser plugin for Google. It is called Screencastify, and it's pretty cool. Basically, allows you to create, stuff like this, where you can embed a webcam or not, and use just audio, I believe. But at the end of the day, you can also share anything that appears on your desktop. So if you want to create content or explain things, it's really good. Works with all the tabs that you have open at the time. I believe you can also share just a specific browser tab as well as your desktop, things like that. But one of the things that I use, and I wanted to go ahead and introduce you through Screencastify, is Google Slides. I think Google Slides is really good. To me, it's much better than anything that's on your local computer. The reason being, it's all on the cloud. You get a Google account with Marion County Public Schools. However, I will note that I often use my personal Google Slides account, and I also kind of link my Google Chrome with my Google account with Marion County Public Schools. Reason why is there's some restrictions on what you can create and then share. So I create most of my content on my personal Google Slides, and then I can share it more readily with the school, with students, with other teachers, and create content all across the board. Pretty cool thing though. So basically, with Google Slides, it's like PowerPoint. However, I find it super easy because, as you can see here, you can put a myriad of type of resources for your students. These videos are actually embedded, and I'm going to do a whole lesson on how to use Google Slides here in a little bit. For instance, you can search your YouTube videos directly. You can copy and paste a YouTube link, if you will, and then you can use that. You can also record this kind of content that I'm recording right now to your Google Drive, and then you can actually post your content to your Google Slides. So that's pretty cool. These kind of things actually play in the video slides. So as you can see, the TED Talks is starting up here. This is the actual build of the site, and you can share it pretty easily. Just go in and click Advanced, and then if you want to make it pretty readily available without too much trouble, anyone with the link can actually view, if you notice, let me do that, can view right here the slide series. Now, if you want to share it where somebody can actually hybridize, use the research, and then change it all up and make it their own, all they have to do when they open it up, it'll say view only. But if they go to file and go to make a copy, they can actually make a copy and it'll turn it directly onto their own Google account, right? So then they can delete slides, they can change content, they can share it. So if you want to make it available to people like that, you perfectly can. Now, you also can publish it to the web, which is very crucial to make it shareable. And to do that, you just basically do that right there, just publish to the web. You also have an embed link, and that embed link is very important because with North Marion, you can also go in and embed these Google Slides directly into your website, which I find very, very useful for my students. I put it under assignments, and I've been doing this year as a flipped classroom approach so that the kids can do extra work, self-motivated learning and whatnot, and they can actually access this either in the class using Chromebooks, and since we're not going to be in the class, they can access it via the web on the teacher website. So everything that would be on my Google slide is now available to them, and that includes those videos too. So if you want to embed, interactive content, for instance, like this stuff here, they can play it right here in the website on our teacher website. They can also visit YouTube if they want. Maybe there's other videos that are similar that they want to go and look up themselves. They can full screen it. So this works with your Google Slides content that you create. And also to note, this, again, this is the embed information to do that, and I'll show you how to do that on another video. You can also share this link via text and email so that they can click it. When they click that link that I just showed you, they're not going to see this build site. They're going to see the presentation. So that protects your content. They can't alter it, but they can engage with it. So you can, have them pretty much read things. You can embed links in your video to bring them to other offsite information and resources. They can play any of these videos real time. You can create questionnaires, anything that you want them to write about. When you're creating your Google Slides, it's super cool because you can just right-click, copy, paste any images you find on the web. And then for fair use, of course, you can put the links and resources in there. This was something I created for my students in AP Art History. I bought this poster, and so I actually created my own video on how to use this poster and how to order it and how it works. And I would often use this poster in my lessons. So if I was teaching a specific era and things like that. So it's really super useful, but this is the Screencastify part. And I figured I'd use this to kind of show you how you can couple that with other things. So you've got me embedded, the Bearded Wonder, and you've also got the ability to do some other things with Screencastify, like, and I'll show you here in a moment, when I go and stop this. And then it'll show you how it automatically uploads to your own Google site. It actually records this video and then uploads it to your Google site for you, like your Google Drive. It can also automatically upload these videos to YouTube. So if you want to quickly create a YouTube site that is shareable with your students or public, however you do this, you can create content using this method and it will go right to your YouTube site. The other thing that's kind of cool about it is you can download a copy of the video too to your computer. And there was something else in there I was going to tell you, and I can't remember what it was, but basically you have editing capabilities. So now Screencastify has this thing where when it goes to close in just a second, it's going to give me the option to actually edit out parts of this video too. So there's some limited capabilities, and if you know how to use iMovie or some other editing, software, you might be able to really refine your videos. But for the most part, it's just super easy to screencast. It's super easy to share things and to give a discussion or an explanation basically on the content that you're going to create. So I'll try to capture the ability to see how this thing uploads it to, and I'll be right back. So I know this is kind of crazy, but as soon as I stop the video, this browser opens up in my Chrome. And basically it's untitled at this point, but I can go and rename it, so I'll put Screencastify how to, and you can see that it is basically stuff like this where you can embed a webcam already recording just audio, I believe, and I'm going to try to figure out how to turn off that volume. Hold on. So if you want to create content or explain things. Okay. So basically what it's doing, as you can see on my screen, is it's actively recording, saving to my drive, and it's, if you look in the upper right hand corner, and it's going to give me a copy, a shareable link for just this video as it appears on my Google Drive, which you can change the settings on your Google Drive just for videos, that kind of thing. But also what it does is it allows me to publish to YouTube. You can share to your Google Classroom with this thing, or you can download it. It's super rad, and I would definitely advise using it. Of course, there's some drawing tools that I didn't quite explain, where you can highlight things. You can actually draw on your screen cast, as far as like you're sharing desktop and stuff. So you can draw, you can highlight things, you can, add some doodads and some highlighters to let kids know what you're talking about and where to look. I'm still learning it, but I really find it's useful. $24 for a whole year. I've even emailed them when I had to change accounts from Florida Virtual, and they were quick to respond and change everything over for me. So they've been really good too. Anyhow, I hope this helps, and let me know if you have any questions. You can always email me, PM me on Facebook, anything at all. Thanks so much.